If I had to summarize my system in a couple of statements, it would be more referable, become more referable, and be more proactive.
What are you doing there, Billy Cates?
Selling furnace filters for the Cubs, light bulbs for the Cub Scouts. You don't want one, do you?
Pretty good closing line, huh? I don't know, might take a few. Come on in, let's see.
The ogre of the neighborhood was being nice to me. Sat me down, ordered 2 cases of light bulbs. My first sale. I was excited. I was going to win that bicycle. And then he asked me a question that I'll never forget.
So Billy Cates, go door to door. Cold calling, that's not an easy thing. Tell me, son, what's your closing ratio? Let me put it this way, Billy Cates. How many houses have you been to? How many sales have you made? Let's see, 10 houses, my first sale. 10%, not bad for cold calling. Would you like to do better? And of course I did. I wanted to win that bicycle. I got my first sales training at the age of 9, selling light bulbs door to door in my neighborhood. Turned out to be a very successful salesperson, Mr. Bill Wilkes. And this is what he told me. Billy Cates, when you're done here, go across the street to the D'Angelos. Tell them I sent you there. Tell them I bought 2 cases of light bulbs and ask them how many they want. When you're finished with them, find out who their neighbor is and keep repeating the process. I was so excited. I finally had a strategy. So I ran across the street and knocks on the door, and Mrs. D'Angelo answers the door. Hi, this is Billy Cates from up the street selling light bulbs for the Cub Scouts. Mr. Wilkes just bought 2 cases, and he said I should talk to you. How many would you like? A little better, huh? She bought 2 cases. Sent me next door to the Yees. Yees bought 2 cases. Murphy's bought 2 cases. Terman's bought 2 cases. I was selling light bulbs nonstop for 5 days, and I won a new set of wheels. Thank you. I tell you that not to brag, but that was obviously my first lesson in referrals and the beginning of a very long mentor-mentee relationship between little Billy Cates and Mr. Bill Wilkes, the ogre of the neighborhood. I learned a lot from Mr. Wilkes. He was the first person to introduce me to that great book, Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill calls burning desire the starting point of all achievement, right? If you want to be successful in business and personal, whatever you want to do, you have to want it bad enough, right? And it's the burning desire, that desire to be successful is what takes you through the rough times when you hit the rocks and the bumps.
Hi, I'm Paul McCarthy, co-founder of the Entrepreneurs Alliance. Now, we engaged Bill Cates to come over to Australia to deliver a conference to over 400 of our entrepreneurs here. He did an outstanding job. If you're looking for an incredible referral speaker, there's only one man you need to call. It's Bill Cates.
I just came from hearing Bill speak, and I got to tell you, what a treat for me. I've read all of his books, and I've been using his system for about the past almost 4 months, and I know that there are 7 clients that I have that I wouldn't have otherwise. So I was kind of on the fence about coming to this conference, but when I saw his name on the schedule, I mean, that was the game changer for me.
I know you're here at MDRT today because you have a burning desire to be successful in this business. And you're fulfilling that burning desire by being here. No question about that. My question for you is, do you have a burning desire to build a thriving referral-based business? Emphasis on the word thriving. A thriving referral-based business. Do you want it bad enough? Because if you want it bad enough, you'll do what it takes. If you don't want it bad enough, you won't do what it takes. You have a referral mindset if you believe that approaching clients for referrals is a safe thing to do versus a risky thing to do. I would contend that most financial professionals believe that asking for referrals is risky. That's why they don't do it. On the other hand, if you can believe that it's a safe thing to do, you can flip that switch and realize that it really can be a safe thing to do. Now that limiting belief becomes an expansive belief. And when you believe something is possible, then your awareness takes over. You see the opportunity. There is so much opportunity in front of you every day for referrals, but if you believe it's a risk, you won't even see the opportunity.
Do you think about all the people that your clients are connected to and who they can introduce you to? That's a referral mindset. That's an expansive way of thinking. Boy, I hope you're a giver of referrals. Finish this phrase for me. As you give, you receive. It's true in all aspects of our life, including the referral aspect of our life. I see the referral process as actually an opportunity that we give our clients to help other people in their life. That's a shift that will change your awareness and then your behavior and results around referrals. Let's talk a little bit about asking for referrals. Can you ask for referrals without pushing people? Can you ask for referrals without looking needy or like you're begging? The answer is absolutely you can if you go about it in the right way. First thing you want to do when you ask for referrals is you want to make sure you have a value discussion. You want to make sure you talk about the value. Now, where you are in the relationship will change how this conversation goes. For instance, early in the relationship, you might say, you know, we've talked about a lot of things this evening. What are some of the most valuable things that you think we've talked about, and the most important things you think we've talked about? Let's say it's a delivery of a financial plan or an insurance policy. You know, we've been through a process to get to this point, have we not? Can you tell me the value you feel you've gotten from this process? Let's say it's a year into the relationship or 10 years into the relationship. You know, let's put the market aside for a minute. Let's talk about something we can control, which is our communication, our relationship. Anything not working? Any place I've dropped the ball? And what has been working? How have I earned your loyalty over these years? Here's what will happen. When you make it a habit of checking in with your clients on a regular basis, you will get referrals without even asking for them. You know what happens when you ask this value discussion? Your clients get in touch with the value. They get more in touch with the value. They articulate it. They learn how to talk about it because they talk about it with you. And all of a sudden, referrals start to come without asking. And when you do ask, they're more receptive to it. Start the referral conversation with the value discussion. Now, this is not a setup. This is not just getting the affirmative that some people have been taught. This is a discussion. It's not, have you found value in the work we're doing? Yeah, great. Who do you know? No. It's a discussion. It's back and forth. Treat the request for referrals with importance. Why do you treat the request for referrals with importance? Because the work you do is important. Again, if you believe in the work you do, how can you not believe in being proactive for referrals? All right, so how do you treat it with importance? A couple of things. First of all, let's not forget anymore. Let's take that one off the table. And I got a simple technique for you. Every business meeting you ever go on with a client, work from an agenda. That's all you got to do. Just work from an agenda. And on the agenda are the words value discussion or value check-in. Don't put referrals. Don't put introductions. Those are emotionally charged words for some people. Sometimes they're not ready yet. And you don't know if you're going to do that yet. You want to have the value discussion first to make sure that you've earned that right. But if you do this on a regular basis, you will never forget again. Sometimes you'll ask, sometimes you won't. Depends on how the value discussion goes, but you'll never forget again. Now, another way you treat it with importance is your demeanor, your confidence with which you ask. Right? Would you agree with me that how you put things out to people, how you express yourself, determines how things come back to you? Right? A lot of people, when they ask for referrals, they're kind of wishy-washy, apologetic. I mean, you don't happen to know anyone looking for an advisor, do you? If you could think of someone, that'd be great. If you can't, that's okay. You know, I think I made you feel uncomfortable. I know I made myself feel uncomfortable. Why don't we forget we had this conversation? Right? How you put it out there is how it comes back to you. Let me tell you about Edwin. Edwin invented a game, referral tic-tac-toe. He gets permission to brainstorm. He draws a tic-tac-toe grid. The client has no idea what he's doing. And he starts to suggest names. What about your brother Bob? Yeah. And sister Sue? Yeah. And now the client gets it. And he says the client want to keep playing at least till they get a tic-tac-toe. Right? When he told me about this strategy, he said, the last time I played this with a guy, we got a grid, we got 9 referrals. My client said to me, you know, that was fun. Can we play again? Got 27 referrals, he said, from this guy. Remember, being proactive for referrals is not about being slick. It's not about being tricky. It's about sincerity. Do you see the value in what we've done? Can we bring this value to others? It's as simple as that. Got a referral from Joel Rosenberg. Refer me to John Hurley. I said to Joel, how do you know Mr. Hurley? He says, well, we've been playing tennis for the last 10 years, every Friday morning, standing appointment. So I'm thinking, this is a great relationship. When I call Mr. Hurley, what kind of reaction, what kind of personality am I going to get on the other end of the phone? This is what Joel said to me. Bill, John's a great guy, but don't let him intimidate you. Oh, great. A thanks for nothing referral. Mr. Hurley, this is Bill Cates. Joel Rosenberg suggested I give you a call. Joel Rosenberg? Yes, sir. He give my name out again? Yeah, I guess he did. I don't even like Joel. Now, we can think 400 words per minute, so I'm thinking fast. Plays tennis every Friday morning, last 10 years, standing appointment. Don't let him intimidate you. Got it. You know, Mr. Hurley, quite frankly, sir, I don't think Joel likes you either. I think that's why he gave me your name and number so I can bug you till you bought something. He loved it. He says, son, I don't know who you are, what your style is. Come on over. What you're selling, come on over. I like your style. And now he's a client. Hey, I'll be signing my books over at the speaker's corner. Come on over later at 4:30. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Hey, my name is Jerry Baker. I'm the Vice President of Sales with Cook's Pest Control. For the second year, we've partnered with Mr. Cates. Fabulous presentation. I've had several comments say this is the best year ever. We've indoctrinated much of his material into our culture. We're learning a lot. It's impacted our sales. We're making this a big boom, carrying it throughout the year and making it a part of our culture. The one thing that I love most about Bill, what he does is he comes in and becomes a part of the culture, working very dynamically with our sales team as well as our management team and bringing that impact so they can get the results that we're needing. So fabulous job. We had about 350 or so people in here. Fabulous job. Great takeaways, great notes, great interaction that we had. So looking forward to working further in the future with Bill. Outstanding job.
The content this guy gives is amazing. I would recommend Bill like crazy.
One of the best speakers I've ever heard. Cannot wait to implement some of his ideas that he shared with us today.
And I recommended Bill Cates for this convention. We just finished and the client came up to me and said Bill was the highlight of the entire week.